You're listening to The Startup with Monique LeRae, only on LA Talk Radio.
How's it going, Los Angeles? It's The Startup with Monique LeRae, and look, it's me, Monique LeRae. I'm back. I'm live today. There's no replay. Well, there's kind of going to be a replay, but not a full one. This is going to be a check-in, kind of a hello. I've been gone for the summer for a few weeks. I promised you guys we'd be back today. A lot of things have been going on. I wanted to just check in for my listeners, my faithful supporters, and of course with LA Talk Radio, who give me the platform to do what I love, which is one of my things that I love, which is to foster relationships with startups and influencers. And happy Emmys week, you guys. I hope your summer was going well or went well. It's about to be over. And it is hot. I mean, it is just so hot here in LA. As we all know, we're all melting. I want to just give a shout out to, all the healthcare providers and people working on the power grid out there, and, people fighting fires, and, just everybody keeping us safe and well as much as they can. And I know we're all powering through this, and anyone that's affected in those hurricanes. But I really wanted to also check in and let you guys know that we had some guests today, but because it is Emmys week, there's a lot going on, globally. People are traveling, people are sick, businesses are changing, people are really taking a look. And as a startup owner and an advocate for startups, and being around people who are always constantly moving and changing and growing their brands, you have to be flexible. And I've learned that lesson. I just was speaking with a client who was going to be on today, and I said, I hate canceling. I just do not like to cancel. I like to power through. And as a startup owner, sometimes we have to stop and take a beat and look at the greater good of what you're doing. And is it time efficient, cost efficient, energy efficient? And sometimes the universe will say, this isn't going to work, even if your intention is for it to work. And sometimes when we force things, we want to stick with the plan, want to stick with the schedule, want to show that we're consistent and dedicated. Sometimes it makes things even worse. So I was going with the flow today, but I did want to check in, even though I'm not having a full show. I did want to check in with you guys and give you an update on what's to come. I've linked up with many different new brands. You guys are going to meet some amazing entrepreneurs coming up in our third season. Today marks 3 years of me being on LA Talk Radio. And I just want to tell Sam and all the staff and everyone that helps at LA Talk Radio, just thank you so much for believing in me and having me, still putting up with me, having me here. We're kind of having a full circle moment. A lot of my shows were in the car during the pandemic. And the reason for that was because I had a really good Wi-Fi signal at the Starbucks near my house. And that's just true startup stuff. You are cutting costs. You're looking for dependable Wi-Fi. It's always the logistics. And here we are 3 years later, where I have a beautiful, strong, affordable Wi-Fi signal in my home office, but I'm not there right now. So I needed to stop and check in with you guys and just be back in the car. And that's what it is today. But I do want to just give some shout outs to some brands that have really impressed us recently, and who are working with my brands, and that were at the gifting suite what's today? Sunday, right? So it was Friday. I want to give a shout out to La Casa del Camino in Laguna Beach, Felton and his team. Thank you for being there and making the gifting suite a success, as well as Randy Wyatt and his team from SkinView. That's the SkinView app where if you have any discoloration or weird things on your skin, you can use their technology to see if you need to seek a skincare professional and venture if it's something you need to be concerned about. So that's important technology, and he's doing really great work, because skin is our largest organ, and we should be looking into that. A shout out to Tiffany Hamilton and family, Isaiah and her husband, Mr. Hamilton, and Victor Ware. They came all the way out from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for getting on a plane in these very uncertain and crazy times and trusting us with your brand and showing up and being one of the stars of the show. People really wanted to hear the message of Victor Ware, and it's spelled Victor Ware. And it's a brand that supports activism and understanding of autism, and treating people with autism like everybody else. and in, fostering healthy conversations around what it really is and how you can, have a normal life. So shout out to Victor Ware. Who else do we have? We had Deanne Yon from Amore Cachet Lingerie. This was a really interesting entrepreneur story. You guys, I met her on a flight coming back from Iceland when I was shooting for the pandemic film. And we had a long time to talk because that's a long flight. And we fostered a really cool, connection, and I talked her into flying all the way out to California, and she did it. And she was a standout brand is where Amore Cachet, spelled AMOUR dash CACHE.com. Okay, so you'll see more of her. We're going to be posting on our media page, and it's at Cap Aquarius Media, CAP Aquarius, AQUARIUS Media. And you'll be seeing that. Lots of pictures from our beautiful, wonderful, talented, amazing photographer, Tony Lattimore. So check him out. Shout out to Marty, Marty's Party. He's always the one in the red tie, bow tie, that's helping us at the event. We had Miss Pat serving up some wine. She was pouring Bon d'Or, which is her brand, and Michael Solberg. And Leah is my partner in that. So that was also amazing. We had Capocagna there. People were getting tipsy off those wonderful wines. So thank you so much, ladies. Okay, who else? Of course, Dr. Marty K. Casey and her associate and friend, Erica Arnett, were there with Ungun Institute, ungunning people's trauma. And wow, has that brand changed and grown and just leaps and bounds since we first met. And they were already awesome. They're on the next level. Dr. Marty spoke recently at the Senate for the 24/7. There was a legislation, kind of a rally cry. And she was one of the, she flew down to DC, or excuse me, flew up to DC and spoke there, and it was amazing. And now we're going to drop something really special in the next 24 hours in regards to the Ungun Institute. And I'll make an announcement on another show. But you guys check out my social media and you'll see there's some exciting things coming your way with her work. She's doing really important work to help people because there's a lot coming at us. And if you don't stop, breathe, and think, as she says, you can make some crazy decisions, And I've definitely been implementing her techniques in my life when things are too much. I also want to just note that we had an amazing new brand, Celebrity Solar. Xavier Caldwell, he sells solar. He lowers your bill and it helps the environment, and you're using natural resources to power your home and offices and businesses. And I think it's wonderful. So you can check him out and his beautiful bulldog, and you guys will see pictures of him. So Xavier, thank you so much. And we've got some stuff coming from him as well. Exciting things are on the horizon, guys. If you're not following me, let me give you my platforms on social media. Nowadays, it's TikTok, it's Instagram, a little less on the Facebook, even though I know Meta is part of Instagram. We're upping our Twitter game a little bit. So we're trying to, it's the main three horsemen, maybe, maybe a little bit of LinkedIn. We'll see. All right, guys, but it's at Cap Aquarius Media. And this show has a page. It's at the Startup with Monique LeRae. We've got some authors, amazing authors. Miss Clark has a book called Dear Barack that was featured. We did some bookmarks in the swag bags. Shout out to Cara Kit that helps people with that are recovering from cancer. Beautiful items of healing that they offer in their kits, and we included those in the bags, as well as Steeped Coffee. Shout out to Steeped Coffee. You'll hear from them soon. They are a coffee brand that it's like a tea bag, but it's coffee, and it's amazing. I've tried it, and you guys know I love my coffee. So lots of news for the pandemic project documentary. We won 3 new nominations and wins in the last week. Thank you so much, Sweden Short Film Festival. Thank you so much, Tokyo Film Festival. Thank you so much, New Jersey Short Film Festival. We heard from them yesterday, and I know today's 9/11, so we're thinking of that part of the country and the world today, and we'll never forget. And just we're feeling the love. We're on, thank you so much to everyone that's supported. And if I missed anyone, I will be announcing them, so do not worry. But there's a lot of great brands out there. So thank you to everyone that was at the gifting suite. And until next week, where we'll come back with the full show, I'm going to continue to ask you, What will you start up today? And be well, be safe out there, and stay cool. And I'll see you next week. Okay, guys? Happy Emmys weekend. Bye, guys.
You're listening to The Startup with Monique LeRae, only on LA Talk Radio.